The unwanted man at Rangers, Ridvan Yilmaz, is yet again linked with another move away, and this time it's Galatasaray. And I say this time, I feel like I've sat here on this channel and talked about Yilmaz going to Galatasaray about 10 times, back to Besiktas, whatever, but Philip Clement, he's came in. I mean, Yilmaz has been through his fair share of managers. Gio, Bale, Clement. Just none of the managers have really fancied him. I guess with Gio, he got injured, and I don't even think he played that many games under Gio. But at the end of the day, I think it's time to cash in. I think he has a decent enough talent, but he's very injury prone. He's 22. He won't get younger in terms of like selling a youngster on. Could we make back what we've actually spent on him? I think it would be there or thereabouts around on that. But let's just see what Galatasaray are thinking, because he's now a prominent candidate for Galatasaray's left back slot. His interest heats up around the Rangers defender ahead of January. That's according to Photomac. The Turkish outlet reported via Twitter on the 16th of December that the light blue man is a key option of the Super League giants in his homeland. In the latest of reported links for the 22-year-old to head back to the league. Galatasaray, they spent a lot of money in the summer. You've seen like Wilfred Saha, Icardi, and co. move to them. They finished third in the Champions League group, so they are of course going into the Europa League. We could be taking on that Diddy team for Turkey, and that would make for something, wouldn't it? Because of course last time we beat them. Scott Arfield that scored, wasn't it? Empty Ibrox because it was COVID. Despite being at the club for nearly a year and a half now, the Turkish international has still only made 25 appearances amid regular injury interruptions and has been unable to dislodge Borna Barisic's first choice. I think most of us, right, would honestly rather Yilmaz in the team. I think 90% of Rangers fans have had enough of Barisic. Like, there's so many games he goes missing, he gets called a shite bag, this, that, whatever. But with Yilmaz, there's just no consistency. Like, as much as we, dislike Barisic constantly being in there, he doesn't seem to pick up big injuries. Now here, he might pick up the small injury that gets him out of a game, or because he's bottling it, so to speak, but he's very like Tav, where they just don't really get injured, and kind of like Goldson as well. Well, I think that's why, though, our defence has stayed the same for so long. Like, yeah, it's pish on the board's behalf, but the players just don't really get injured. And in football, not being injury prone is a very good thing. It's a shame up the other end of the pitch how it's completely the opposite, man. Lawrence, Roof, Danilo. Let's be real. Danilo's been injury prone this season. I don't really know his medical record and history, but by God, the last thing we need is another, disaster up front that's going to be constantly out and not being able to rely on them. Because, make no mistake about it, if Roof could stay fit, man, it'd be great. The amount of goals, his goal contribution already for Rangers is brilliant, but if he could just stay fit. And imagine how much more goals he'd be getting if he wasn't just getting the last 20 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes there. And the same goes for Yilmaz. He could possibly lodge Barisic out the team, but it's just the simple fact is he's always injured, and when you're always injured, going out of the team, unless you're like a massive step above who you're replacing, when you come back from injury, it's very rare that you're just going to slot straight back in, starting games, yada yada yada. Like, isn't it? It's like if Butland was injury prone, right, and he missed like every 2 months, he missed like 3 games, he'd come straight back into the team because he's just so much better than McCrory. No offense, but in these other positions, we don't really have that. Like, I think Roof is the best striker that we've got, and if he could stay 100% fit, yes, but Danilo is good, and Dessers, 29-year-old Dessers, is the next big thing on the block, because 28-year-old Dessers was mincemeat. But Ridvan Yilmaz, guys, should we sell him? Should we cash in? I'm going to agree. We will have the Scottish League Cup preview final later on tonight, and we might have another wee fid, judging off the Jambo Bears. What's happening there? So I will hopefully, not going to speak too soon on that though.